Amboa Stitch, Oki, Danitara, Tanse, Mtokashi noash no ge tawageno miano, Daniko Omkatipi, Niwahon Nehiao Memeguis. My name is David Lertzman, and I'm greeting you from the beautiful territory of the Iarhe Nakota, Estoni mountain people, and I'd like to welcome you to BSEN 789, Sustainable Development with Indigenous Peoples. I would prefer that you consider me, rather than as a prof or an instructor, as a guide, a co-walker, if you would, on this guided, self-directed learning journey. And let me tell you, it's new territory for me too. Who thought that I'd be giving a course intro from where I have the privilege to go running up down the trail here in the Ghost Watershed in Stony Territory.
We come together on this night, this holy longest of night. We come together in celebration of the light. The light in you is the light in me, holding us in eternity, shining through you, shining through me, sisters, brothers of the mystery one, bright spirit. We come together on this night for the rebirth of the light. All the people be joined as one in the rebirth of the sun. The longest night of the year, a time for prayer and good cheer. Find a way to the peace and the light, deep within the darkest night. One bright spirit, I am the light. You are the light, we are one bright spirit. I am the light. You are the light, we are one bright spirit. I am the light, you are the light, we are one bright spirit. I am the light.
370 million indigenous peoples encompass some 5,000 distinct cultural identities spread across 90 countries worldwide. Territories upon which they depend for survival cover about 20% of global land surface, yet hold 80% of the Earth's biodiversity. Indigenous peoples make up just 5% of world population, yet comprise upwards of 90% of the planet's cultural diversity, speaking roughly 70% of the world's remaining 6,000 to 7,000 languages. Although much of the Earth's natural resources occur within their territories, Indigenous peoples continue to struggle for a determining voice in the decision-making processes that control the stewardship and extraction of those natural resources. Walking in the forest with you and me, walking in the forest, happy as can be, walking in the forest, dee 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 dee, walking in the forest, hee hee hee.
COVID Run 13, Reflections on Breaking Trail. It's been just over a month since we went into isolation, and I'd say in the past week, we've had probably 2 feet of snow, which has compacted down to probably 6 inches. Heavy, wet spring snow. And breaking trail under these conditions is pretty tough going. It's harder, takes longer, and going up hills is more like swift hopping, really. It's almost an anaerobic run. So it's a tough journey, but it's a good journey because I know that the harder it is for me to break trail, the more someone else after me is going to appreciate it. And it seems like a time when our inner journey and our outer journey are somehow converging, because that's what I've been experiencing in life, and I'm very grateful to share it with you. Blessings. Here we are again. Snowing at the Qigong spot, COVID Run 5 or 6, and I don't know if you can see it, you can hear it. The river is open just in the past couple days. And spring is in the air. It is a special time to be here on Mother Earth, and we also know it's a challenging time. A lot of people are suffering right now. And so just sending you the blessings of this magical, powerful, beautiful place here on Mother Earth. Here we are at the place of 10, Qi, Jin, heaven, earth, into you and me. The place of Qigong for COVID Run 7. And under the half moon, it is the coldest run yet, going to -20 tonight. Probably only about -13 now. But the snow has settled, and it's always a little harder to run in fresh snow, but it's so special. And I'm feeling gratitude, so grateful to be here, being able to do this, simply for the blessing to draw breath every morning. I wake up and breathe with the awareness of my brothers and sisters who are struggling to take breath. And here, I'm so privileged and grateful to breathe with the trees. So let's take a breath together. Welcome back to the Ghost, beautiful territory of the Yarhe Nakota, the Stony Mountain people. And yeah, we've been talking about holding space, the ability to mindfully be present in the midst of challenging conversations that may surface difficult emotions, whether for others or ourselves, and non-judgmentally be in the midst of all that and reflect upon whatever thoughts, feelings, attitudes, biases, judgments may come up. Checking in with our core values and developing the discernment to recognize that which is really true for us from that which is not. The ability to choose that which feeds and nurtures and sustains over that which hurts, hinders, and constrains what is most authentically true for us about who we truly long to be. Now, we've been doing that, holding conversation and reflecting upon our country's colonial past and present, and relations with the first peoples of the land, and the unhealthy ways of being that those attitudes and judgments, perceptions could lock us and others into, and constrain our ability to choose new ways of being that are more true to who we want to be. And so in having done that, now we're going to, in developing that capacity, redeploy that to looking at the the attitudes and the perceptions, the judgments about ourselves as we recognize and choose that which feeds and nurtures and sustains who we most truly want to be. Thank you. COVID Run 16, the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. 50 years ago, on my first Earth Day, I was the same age as my son, 8 years old. How much the Earth has changed since then, and how much she is the same. And here we are, in the midst of a pandemic from a zoonotic disease, which are now the lion's share of virus that we experience and are at risk of, driven chiefly by the destruction of habitats, which result in the loss of biodiversity in the presence of poverty that bring together the wild and the domestic. And so many emotions on this Earth Day. I want to say, Mother Earth, I'm sorry, and I love you. And in the midst of it all, I'm so very grateful. Help me find the courage to make my life a blessing to you and to others.
Green man, oh green man, come to me. Green man, come to me. All life lives in my body. Green man, we call you. We call the ancient truth. We call the ancient truth. Kiernan-nos, Panan, Lord of the dance, dark and light, is standing slow, firm upright, a sacred healer, fierce and mild, horned, protector of the wild, horned, protector of the wild. Kiernan-nos, Panan, Hern, nature spirit, goddess bairn, strong and loving, wild and free, a keeper of the mystery, ever dying and reborn unto the goddess we are sworn. Animal passion, spirit seed, I call the God in me. The God is born in me.
Ancestors dancing in the sky, coming to us from on high. riding on a beam of light. Our spirits now are taking flight. Walking through a mystic forest, joining in the ancient chorus. We're here with you. We are with you, and you are for us. ... Ignore us. Force. Horus. Store us. Sacred seasons turning fast into the future from the past. This endless journey is not our last. We will persist, something presence of the past. That which is living we thought once dead. All those before us who have bled are deep within us, live within us deeply wed. The spirit path we do tread, we are fed. Shining luminosity, becoming one, becoming free, or becoming one, releasing free, spirit free. Dancing in the mystery, returning to, resolve into eternity. Look deep into my eyes, good friend, you will see we do not end. Shining there within us all. The answer to the spirit call. One spirit. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let gratefulness enter my heart. I'm gonna give thanks and let it in. I'm gonna give thanks and let gratefulness enter my heart. I'm gonna give thanks and let it in. Gonna let it in. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let peacefulness into my heart. I'm gonna give thanks and let it in. I'm gonna give thanks and let peace enter my heart. I'm gonna give thanks and let it in. Gonna let it in. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let love enter my heart. I'm gonna give thanks and let it in. I'm gonna give thanks and let love enter my heart. I'm gonna give thanks, oh, and let it in. Gonna let it in. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let gratefulness enter my heart. I'm gonna give thanks, yes, and let it in. I'm gonna give thanks and let gratefulness into my heart. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let it in. Oh, let it, oh, let it in. Oh, let it, yeah, 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 yeah. Give thanks. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let gratefulness into my heart. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let it in. I'm gonna give thanks and let gratefulness into my heart. I'm gonna give thanks, whoa, and let it in. Gonna let it in. I'm gonna give thanks, oh, and let gratefulness into my heart. I'm gonna give thanks, oh, and let it in. I'm gonna give thanks and let gratefulness into my heart. I'm gonna give thanks, oh, and let it in. Gonna let it in.
This is a howitzer, and this is how you do it.
What's it for?
It's for like making avalanches and final adjustments. And 3, 2, 1. And that's how you make it. Do the howitzer.
So, I just returned from my first run in a month. First trail run after 75 consecutive runs over several months. Probably for 4.5 months, working an average of 80 hours plus a week. I succumbed to a 15-year-old disc injury that just put me down. And I guess sitting 12 to 16 hours a day with my history is probably not indicated work-related injury. And crawling out of the hole of physically incapacitating pain and a deep sense of failure, of just crushed ego and depression. The wet that you're seeing on me is not that rain out there. It's the nectar of life, nectar of the goddess, of the great mother. It's the tears of joy. Went on my first hike with a light pack, probably only 20 pounds or so, a few days ago. And that seemed to work okay. And after spending a few nights alone in the woods, going for the first run is just immensely gratifying and healing, and I am so very, very grateful.
What's your favorite song? I will. I'll help you in a second.
Welcome to the place of Forest Mountain, Qigong. The last reflections I've referenced springtime. The river, which is now really open and flowing. The character of the snow, where every day now feels like breaking trail as it does in life. And the incessant honking of the geese, which have been stopping on their way through. And now my personal profound favorite, the Great One, has shown itself. There was a sign here just at the entrance to the trails, 800-pound bear sighted on the main trail last 2 days. My Indigenous relatives of the area, they don't even refer to the Great One by name. They use a euphemism, or grandfather, speaking to the sense of respect and intimacy. And what a blessing it is to know that we walk in the trail of the Great One. I run in this area, I train in this area, I meditate in this area with his permission. And that vulnerability that I feel, that humility, is so precious to me. That vulnerability helps me know that I'm alive and open. And I'm just so grateful to share that with you from this beautiful, special, magical, powerful place. Blessings. We dedicate our Terry Fox run
To all our closest elders.
to Baba,
And Grandpa Kippy.
to Grandma,
And Grandpa Jim.
to Sequoia.
And Dyla.
We love you.
We love you too.
First big snow run of the season. Whoa. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Back in it and grateful to be so. Blessings. It's the magical solstice time. What they call Yule. Yeah, this winter holiday season. So So very special out here in the magical snow forest, and the snow is deep and the way is slow, and such a blessing. Merry, happy winter to one and all. This is Mela and Daddy on our New Year's Eve hike.
Yes.
Into the very special magical world of the snow forest. See the beautiful? There's a lot of snow. Oh, there she is. Can you say hi?
Hi.
And Happy New Year?
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! I know a couple things. The bag came from my dad.
Is it for me?
Yeah. And the bag, the wrapping is something useful you can use. Each pocket has multiple little things to dig out. And there's one thing in there that you and I are going to share. Okay, start with the small one. There's one training thing that we have to share.
I'm going to start with the smallest one.
And there's one thing I couldn't get in there, so.
My very own chopstick.
This was a very special tree, probably, I don't know, it must have been 65 feet, and it was amazing to watch them work and be a cheap labor ground crew. And we piled up the brush, and guess who showed up to do a little cleanup work? The local family of deer, mom and her babies from earlier, that, well, let's just say they're liking it. COVID run 144, maybe. Whew, minus 25. Breaking trail in the back 40. And, so blessed to be for me to thee. Blessings. Spring equinox. A year ago, this river here was totally frozen over. And I guess we've all been kind of frozen over since then in some ways. But even though there's still snow on the ground, going up the trail here, as you can see, hey, I'm running in shirt sleeves, and wow, amazing. So, yeah, in spite of the challenges, life is good, and sending you most wondrous springtime blessings from this beautiful place, Forest Mountain. Blessings. Greetings from the beautiful territory of the Earhart Nakota here in Treaty 7. It's been a year since I started this journey, and as far as I can tell, I'm pretty sure it's COVID run 144. Yeah, if you take out the work-related injury recoup of 1 month, it's exactly 3 times a week. And so many lessons. It's been as much a mental and physical discipline as it has been a spiritual practice. This place here, this is where I stop pretty much every time. Practice Qigong, the Samchen, coming out of Southern style Shaolin Tiger Crane Kung Fu, and the Gogyo no Kata from the Bujinkan lineage, and just abundant blessings that I receive and send your way. Welcome back to this beautiful place in the territory of the Earhart Nakota, the Stony Mountain people. I always stop here when I go running in the woods back here, and there's something about this spot that just makes me want to stop and reflect, take a pause to tune in. Returning to a powerful place, a place of healing, a sacred space. In the stillness and silence we find solace of grace, Amidst the chaos and overwhelm we embrace, day by day, moment to moment, the eternal present. And like this river, which was open and flowing, is now freezing back over, we may need to step back and take a pause to tune in and turn within. For if we do not find somewhere this sacred space, we must create it within this physical case, the dwelling place of the divine warrior, sacred healer, endless mystery within. From the place of forest mountain Qigong, Ten, Qi, Jin, heaven, earth, into you and me, I want to thank you. Thank you for being with me, walking with me. Thank you for guiding and teaching me from this healing place, this beautiful, magical place of purity and power. I want to thank you. Blessings.
Aloha, Hawaii. Aloha, tutupele. Aloha, aumakua. Aloha, Hawaii. Mahalo, aumakua. Mahalo, tutupele. Mahalo, aumakua. Aloha, Hawaii. Aloha, Hawaii. Aloha, tutupele. Aloha, aumakua. Aloha, Hawaii.
My grade 6 poem. It was evening. A loon bellowed its call morosely, and the water had not a single ripple in it. A silhouette appeared on the horizon. It was that of an Indian in a canoe. He glided, silent as the deer and swift as the hawk. He reached the edge of the shore, and stepping from the canoe, lifted it to his shoulders in one motion, and departed. Nothing left, nothing taken. Then another silhouette appeared on the horizon. It was that of a white man. The loon ceased its morose call, and the water was rippled. A symbiotic relationship of ecology and culture. Where those ecosystems are strong, so are those languages. Where those languages are threatened, so are their ecosystems.
Walk across the street safely with Mela, Glenn, and David. Walk up to the street, from the bottom to the top. Come to the edge and then we stop. Looking to the left, looking to the right, checking once again if it's alright. And now we walk across the street, going all the way. Come to the end and say, hooray!
We made it across the street today.
Being present in the moment without judging, I am loving awareness.
Returning to one's breath, coming into the present, is a process for becoming centered. Repeating this practice over and over builds an inner resource of awareness, developing the capability to become centered and present under various circumstances. Being present means all of you is available to authentically and resourcefully respond to any call for service, even within the most challenging of conditions. The more present and available you are for yourself, the greater service you can be for others. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Welcome, beloved ones. Come in peace. Bless all and go in peace. Blessings. You don't have to know, understand, or even be aware of this stuff. All you got to do is be authentically with integrity on your path, bringing the full measure of awareness you have, whatever you do in any moment. Now is the time to clarify our intention for the next year, for the next 20 years, for the next 200 years, for our soul's greatest purpose, for ourselves, for our species, this beloved planet, and for all beings on all realms. Taking stock of from where we've come, where we're at, who we want to be, identifying the tools and the practices to be able to realize this, become, be, sustain this intention, this vision, this truth, this reality that we are birthing into being. And the winter solstice teaches us that out of the greatest dark, out of the longest night comes a new day. And each and every one of us, we are that light, as we carry it within us. We're a manifestation of creation. Each and every one of us, an irreplaceable, brilliant spark that is a manifestation and a reflection of the whole. So if we ever find ourselves in a place where we can't see the purpose, can't find the meaning, guess what? Bring it, create it, be it. Then it's up to us to do that in the moment and hold that space and open it so that others also can join in this greater collective purpose of the divine urge to evolve. And the winter solstice also teaches us that the night, rather than something to be shunned and feared, she's the great mother that embraces us, wraps her dark velvety wings around us, that great womb of creation
of the holy mystery from where we come and ultimately return. The Heart Song.
I'll carry you always in my heart. I'll carry you always in my heart. For all life is a circle. We are all together. Stones dropped in the water. We ripple on forever. All life is a circle, and we are all together. I'll carry you always in my heart. I'll carry you always in my heart. I'll carry you always in my heart. For all life is a circle. We are all together. Stones dropped in the water. We ripple on forever. All life is a circle. We are all together. I'll carry you always in my heart. I'll carry you always in my heart. I'll carry you always in my heart. For all life is a circle. We are all together. Stones dropped in the water. We ripple on forever.